Chasing change. How adaptability became my strength. Change is the only constant in life, said Heraclitus. But what is the difference between change and transformation? Let me tell you, change is like the water cycle. Ice melts into water, water evaporates into steam, steam condenses back into water or freezes into ice again. This is the process where the substance changes but the form remains the same. Whereas transformation is like boiling rice. Once rice grains are boiled, they cannot return to the raw form. Transformation involves a deeper, irreversible shift. And that's what I want to talk about today. How adaptability doesn't change us, it transforms us. It is not the strongest of the species that survive, nor the most intelligent, but the ones most responsive to change. By Charles Darwin. Imagine being 11 years old, walking into one of the most prestigious schools in the country, surrounded by bright faces, eager to prove yourself. But within a month, you find yourself walking out, feeling like you have failed. What would you do? Would you see it as a lesson or a mistake that defines you? This was my reality when I joined Mayo College Ajmer as a 6th grader. I was excited, ambitious, and ready to take on the world. But in less than a month, I found myself back home, leaving behind the dream I thought I was ready for. It wasn't just the shock of leaving, it was the harsh truth that I wasn't able to adapt to the environment. And that, my friends, is where my journey of learning began. At 11, stepping into a prestigious boarding school felt like entering a new world. A world where I had to learn everything from scratch. The rules were different, the expectations were high, and the social dynamics were overwhelming. Suddenly, I was alone in an unfamiliar environment, far from home, dealing with peer pressure, homesickness, and a rigorous schedule. Statistics, according to WHO, show that 40% of the students experience feeling a high level of homesickness and anxiety. And out of that 40%, 30% of the students leave that hostel. I was no exception. Before I went to Mayo College, I was an introvert. I didn't fully understand the importance of friendships and social bonds that are so crucial to navigating life. I preferred staying in my own shell, keeping to myself, and never really engaging with others. But suddenly, in this new environment, I was surrounded by strangers. People I had to connect with, who could either make me feel welcomed or push me further into isolation. And I didn't know how to cope. I struggled with the idea of fitting in, of adapting to new routines, and of navigating a new social landscape. The pressure weighed on me. And within a month, I made the decision to leave. It felt like a failure, like I had let myself down. I thought I wasn't strong enough, smart enough, or resilient enough to handle it. But here's the thing. Leaving Mayo College was not my true mistake. My true mistake was of not giving myself the chance to adapt. Looking back, the mistake wasn't in facing challenges. The mistake was expecting things to fall into place right immediately and thinking that I should be able to adapt quickly. In life, whether you are moving to a new school, or you are moving to a new hostel, or simply adjusting to a new phase in life, you all will face challenges that force you to adapt. But let's take inspiration from Malala Yousafzai. After surviving a deadly attack from the terrorist, she could have chosen fear, but instead, she adapted to her circumstances and transformed herself into a global advocate for education. Malala's ability to adapt made her into one of the most powerful voices for girls' education in the world today. And let's not forget Albert Einstein, who struggled in school and was even labeled as a slow learner. If he had believed that he wasn't smart enough, then the world would have never known one of the world's greatest physicists. Einstein adapted to his struggles, found his unique way of learning, and changed the way we think of the universe. And remember what Einstein once said: everybody is a genius. You, me, everyone. But if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, then it will live its whole life believing it is stupid. Adaptability isn't about forcing yourself to fit into a place. It's about finding that place where you thrive in and growing in that space. So what did I learn from this experience? Let me share you 3 key lessons that shaped my understanding of adaptability. Number 1, embrace the struggle. The struggle is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign that you are pushing outside a comfort zone, which is where growth happens. Number 2, give yourself time. Adaptation doesn't happen overnight. If you're faced with a new situation, it's okay to take time. Be patient with yourself. Number 3, persevere and reflect. Don't give up when things get hard. If something isn't working, reflect, adjust, and try again. Growth comes from learning how to pivot when things don't go as planned. Coming back from Mayo College and returning to my old school was an eye-opening experience. At first, my school refused to take me back because there were no seats available in 6th grade. So I tried joining other schools. But since it was a new board and new students, it was more harder to settle there than in Mayo College. I felt like a stranger in my own life. But then, one fine lucky day, I got a call from my school saying that I had secured a spot again. And this incident brought a drastic change in me. I was no longer the introvert who preferred staying in his own shell. Instead, I began valuing friendships and interactions. I became more open to new relationships and experiences. So, to anyone struggling with change, remember this: adaptability isn't about instantly fitting in. It's about giving yourself the permission to struggle, learn, and grow. And these are my final words for anyone who have doubts about adaptability. Give yourself the grace to grow. Even the tallest trees started as small seeds, finding their roots one day at a time. Change is the only constant in life. Embrace it, adapt to it, and make it a strength. Thank you.